Well, I've been working on a little something on the side, and you'll notice it says Aotearoa tonight because I may or may not be making my own channel as a side thing. Soft launch, I guess, now. But I've been looking into the RSB a bit more, and I thought we could just talk a little bit about the actual words because, like, people hear a lot about why they shouldn't want the RSB, what it means, but I thought we could go into just a little bit of small nitty gritties. This is what it claims to be. So, the bill establishes a benchmark for good legislation by introducing a set of principles of responsible regulation in primary legislation focused on the effect of legislations on existing interests and liberties, including rule of law, liberties, taking of property, taxes, fees, and levies, and the role of courts. Good lawmaking processes, including consultation, options analysis, and cost benefits analysis, which all sounds kind of like, oh, yeah, that sounds all right. But this would essentially put the RSB above anything else. So, utility cannot be considered in any of things that may be related to, I don't know, property, and such like that. Um, it also, funnily enough, when you look into it a little bit more, um, it's just it's trying to also talk about consultation, which I think was a bit of a word that kind of made my ears prick up a little bit because consultation is usually all that Maori get in terms of say in things. So that alone is saying that they'd be able to essentially supersede those consultation requirements. Um, and in and that's the other thing that's strange. It can be no less than 5, but no more than 7 members who are appointed by the Regulatory Standards Minister. Members can serve up to 3 years and can be reappointed. The board must fulfill duties to the minister and regulates its own procedures. And the ministry must provide resources and administrative support, which, you know, all those layers and back offices they talk about needing to cut? Imagine what this is going to create in just that alone. And inquiries are conducted only on paper without hearings, which I thought was a very interesting / concerning little detail. Did I put it in this slide or the next slide? No, maybe I didn't. I might have also missed out that the minister, who is obviously the person who handpicks this board, essentially, or can handpick this board, they have the right to remove anybody off of the board for any reason they want. So not only can they create this board, they can take out anyone whom they are saying is not fulfilling their duties to the specific requirements. And yeah, so it basically is there to investigate whether legislation aligns, because that's some of the other issues too, is that it can retroactively investigate certain legislation that has been put into place based off of this new metric. So it's kind of almost like how we saw with the was it when they changed the maths and structured maths in schools, and they basically were saying that, oh, all these kids are failing, but it's because they were testing old education by new metrics. They're essentially able to do that within this, and that then reviews these accountability statements. And then for me, what was kind of important was maybe to look at more of the implications. So some of the implications that I've found within reading this document, which is really long and boring to read, but I thought, why not? So While reports are published online, the non-binding nature of the board's recommendation could limit their practical impact, which would essentially kind of make them a counter Waitangi Tribunal, because the Waitangi Tribunal has non-binding recommendations that essentially limits its ability to enforce its findings. To me, this is actually kind of saying that the RSB board is the antithesis of the Waitangi Tribunal. They're there to almost combat. Ministers or agencies aren't obligated to act on findings, reducing their ability to enforce any of this consistently. The board's role in assessing legislation could blur the lines between executive and judicial functions. Courts traditionally determine legal consistency, and a government-appointed body might raise concerns about political influence over legal interpretations, which was a fucking terrifying bit that I was kind of like, oh, wow, yeah, so over superseding courts based off of principles that are coming from the ACT party. Clause 33 restricts inquiries to legislation subject to regular review, potentially excluding problematic laws from assessment. The board cannot investigate specific actions or consequences affecting individuals, which may also limit its ability to address any real-world legal concerns. And then obviously the appointment process, which we could kind of already see was shady. But members are appointed by the Regulatory Standards Minister, raising concerns around political bias in selections. And if the board lacks independence, it may be viewed as a tool for government-driven legal assessments rather than an impartial review body. Holy shit, that's a lot of words. But I think I only have like one more slide. Yes.
Potential issues? The whole thing?
Yeah, we got more potential issues. If the board lacks real enforcement power, this could create wasteful spending. Because what's the fucking point at that point? You're basically just creating some people who might go, yes, you guys, the brown people are wrong. You were right. It's okay. Red tape concerns. Additional assessment requirements may delay legislative processes, especially if reviews become overly complex. And political influence further is that if the board is appointed, I put it in here. I was too ahead of myself. So this is emphasized through the clause that grants the minister the ability to remove board members, and this is actually the quote, at any time and entirely at their discretion. So not only do they get to pick the board, they can take you out of it as soon as they just deem you're not allowed to be in there anymore. And I got more to read, to be honest. There was some other shit, but that was all I could get at the time. I thought there'd just be a good little bit to kind of go a little more into how it actually does what, we're being, and I think we've had some great information, and tidbits, but I think it's just nice to sometimes look at the actual words and kind of actually how they work. There's definitely more that we'll be looking into it. I am hoping to get something out next week in my now soft launch for my new YouTube channel, which I totally should have. I'll find the logo somewhere. I'm so organized,
Exciting.
guys. Can you tell?
I too have a something, but it is quite a ways away, and it won't be as good as yours.
I don't know. Ours is going to be pretty fucking goofy. But
I think the more lefties we got online, the better. It's
exactly.
It's
we need to build up more of a presence. So the more the merrier, in my opinion.
I was having a thought, I don't know, sometime in the last 24 hours, thinking about the meetup, right? And I was thinking, does the platform have community meetups? Do they have
I don't know. The platform probably sits in the toilet.
Chris Lynch, who went off on his own, does he have hey, it's a community meetup, come hang out with me? I highly doubt it.
Oh yeah, no, I do
Whereas
not.
I'm pretty sure that if someone like Bomber in his podcast, or
Mm-hmm.
Paul, or it's in the ballot, although
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely know who that is. Uh, Samir,
Oh, Samar, and
Samar.
oh my god, I forgot her husband's name. But you know what? We remembered the girl's name first, and that's a win. That's a win for women everywhere.
If they said, "Hey, we're having a community meetup," I bet you that
Oh,
they would have
dude,
quite an audience that would turn up. And
absolutely.
I think if we all got together and had our own like lefty political commentators online
Oh,
meetup,
buddy.
we would absolutely smash it out of the park, and
Yeah,
it
I
would
mean the
be
fact that
a
we already
fun
get
time.
we get a decent little
Petty.
crowd. I mean, to be fair, in Wellington, not only have we had meetups at bars, we've had a few of us go and have dinner at someone else's house. And, we're having another one where someone from South Island, we're going to have a meetup so that while they're here, and it's just lots of fun. And yeah, exactly. We are the grassroots, and we must stick together and work together to overpower. This is the gay agenda. This is the queer agenda. Actually, here we go. This is just going to be for now. This is just the filler until we get something better going. This is my little baby. So yeah, I'm excited. It's going to have a bunch of different stuff on it. We're going to have a bunch of different formats. So it'll be fun, and I'll get to be way more cooked because it'll be my own channel, and I can't get in trouble.
That's
Well, I
true.
can, but like
Not nearly as
yeah,
badly as like
Papa
you
Pat
know.
won't get in trouble either.
Papa Pat's channel is under it's under the media council now, so we kind of have to be somewhat behaved.
We've got to be professionals. We can get
Somewhat
crazy
behaved.
over in the new channel once we get there.
Some big query news.
Hell yeah. I mean, I was thinking of calling the live stream just a pre-show because we're going to be doing it before BHN anyway.
Well,
I mean,
yeah. So
we
it'll
just
be
add to more
Bomber will be
pre-shows.
the Tuesday pre-show.
Yes.
And then whatever
We've
day
got
you do it will
Aotearoa
be.
Liberation League are on Fridays.
Yes. Oh, there you go. They're our pre-show.
Yes. And likely going to be a Monday, but we're gonna play around with it, maybe test things out a little, do some testing, see how people feel about different days. But it'll be fun, and we thought let's try to get more people talking about a lot of this important stuff that's going on because it's a lot to carry. Oh yeah, and Paul is on Friday as well. Paul, the other one, is on Fridays.